Today we're going on a massive food hunt in Hong Kong. This place is food paradise. So this is going to be an incredible food hunt.
We're food hunting in Hong Kong. If you love to eat, this city is for you. This video is packed with some incredible food as we go after the best the city has to offer. Watch out for smoky barbecue pork, melt-in-your-mouth beef brisket noodles, silky milk pudding, Hong Kong style cheeseburgers and the nostalgic milk tea. Get ready for some mouth-watering food.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat.
When you're in Hong Kong, you have to eat roast meat. It seems like every first shop when you're walking down the street is a roast meats eatery, and you can tell that it's a roast meats restaurant because you can see all the roast ducks and goose and chickens and barbecue pork hanging in the windows. This restaurant right here has been operating for over a century, and we hear that their char or barbecue pork is really good. So let's go get some.
Oi, hello, hello. Hello. Wow.
We've ordered 2 roast meats. So the first is char siu, so this is the barbecue pork, and the second is seal yoke, so roast pork belly. Look at that crackle, it's insane. And then you've got layers of fat and then meat here. So fat, meat, fat. Whoa, that looks so good. And then this is what they're famous for, this restaurant here, the char siu, and it's been cut really thick. The pork is marinated in a mixture of honey and spices and soy, and then it's basically barbecued. And then it's got this beautiful sort of charredness on the outside, and it's red because usually they put red food colouring. I want to go for this bit here. I've honed in on it because it's got a really smoky, charred, crusty bit, and then you can see how it's gleaming from that marinade. It's almost sticky looking. Had a really big bite. The meat is very tender, and then it's almost that charred bit is quite hard, but then also sticky as well. And the meat is quite sweet because of the marinade, so there's a lot of honey in there. But oh, this is a must-eat. Time to try the seal yoke. So this is the roast pork belly. And you can see the skin has become all crackly, so they rub salt all over it and then put it under a high heat to blast so that it becomes all crackly and crunchy. And then you've got this beautiful meat sort of interlaced with fat. That was really tasty. It's quite salty, but there's a really nice level of fat and meat. The meat itself is very tender, and that crackle is so crunchy and crisp. So you crunch down into that crackling, and that nice layer of fat, and then that tender meat. I've peeled off a bit of crackle from this piece. Look at that. Look at this huge bit of fat there. Oh. Can you hear it? It's so crunchy. Oh, that's insane. What a meal. That was really, really good. The char siu was just top notch. So that barbecue pork was smoky, it was honeyed, it was just melt in your mouth, delicious. The seal yoke or the roast pork was a touch salty for my taste, so if you're eating here, go for the char siu. It was top notch.
The food hunt continues, and now it's time for a Hong Kong style cheeseburger. This place has been around since the early 70s, so I'm pretty excited to try this little cheeseburger. This little street burger is super cute. Look, I'll take it out of the packet. Look how small it is. It's a beautiful little hand-sized burger, and it's super simple. Here we took a patty, which I assume is going to be beef. It's quite light in color though. A half slice of sort of craft factory-made cheese. A pretty decent dollop of mayo on the bun there. And also a huge dollop of tomato sauce underneath, and that mayonnaise smells super sweet and tangy. Let's just take a huge big mouthful of this thing. Whoa. The patty's really squishy. Whoa. Really squishy, it's really hard to eat. And the mayonnaise is like super, oh my god, it's all over me. The mayonnaise is super sweet, ridiculously sweet, with a tiny little tang. The cheese is the most dominant flavor actually. You can see how small it is. I've pretty much eaten a quarter of the burger with one mouthful. Let's go in for a whole lot more of this mayonnaised up side. The bun is a little bit sweet and really soft, super soft and airy, the bun. And like I said before, the meat is a funny texture, so it's actually quite hard to eat because it's like a paste. It's just sort of gluggy and chewy. Now, I'm not going to say this is the best thing I've ever eaten. Not even close to the best burger I've ever eaten. But you can tell there's a lot of nostalgia behind this. It's so simple. The shop's really simple. We know it's been around since, I think, 1972. So it's got a long history. And it just feels quite nice to eat. Like standing on the streets of Hong Kong with a really unexpected, unusual sort of dish for Hong Kong. It's not incredible, but it's really fun.
There are lots of dessert shops in Hong Kong, and this one here specializes in milk puddings, and you can see them all lined up in the window here. Let's go and grab one. I've got a bowl of the original steamed milk pudding in front of me, and you can order it hot or cold. I went for hot, and just look at it. So the direct translation of the milk pudding is two filmed milk pudding, and I think the first film is this milk skin that's formed over the top, so I'm just going to scrape that away. That just comes right off the pudding, and then the second layer is the pudding itself underneath, and just look at that wobble. Holy moly, it's so creamy and so silky. Alright, let's try it. Whoa. It's so silky. It just falls down your throat. It's really wobbly, very creamy, and the flavor is like the taste of full cream milk. Like it's really rich tasting. I really like the heat of it as well. It's quite a hot pudding, and it really brings out the flavor of the milk. Wow. If you're a milk lover, you're going to love this. It is just so intense in flavor. I just can't get over the consistency of this pudding. It is so smooth, so creamy. There are no lumps. It's really simple. It is literally just steamed milk, but it's so perfect in its consistency and in its flavor. This is sensational.
It is boiling hot here in Hong Kong today, so we thought we'd stop at this little stand behind me which serves Hong Kong milk tea, and they do it cold and hot, but because it is so boiling here, we're going to get a cold one. Got this ice cold milk tea. So it's black tea with evaporated milk, And they also call it silk stocking tea because when they make it, they put all the dry tea leaves into a stocking, which is on a little loop, and then they pour the hot water through it. But they don't just do it once, they then pour that brewed tea back through the tea leaves again and again and again, so it gets darker and darker and darker until they have a very, very black tea mixture. Then they add it with the ice and the evaporated milk to make this little cup of, hopefully, gorgeousness. Oh, that is super refreshing. So, because it's evaporated milk, it's not too sweet. It's got a beautiful, bitter tea flavor. Oh, that is so nice. And obviously it's freezing cold because it's packed with ice. Oh, that is so refreshing. I love how tea can be a really refreshing drink in the heat. Because it's not totally sweetened with sugar, it's not with condensed milk, it's evaporated milk. So it's got just a beautiful bitterness and it actually tastes like a cup of tea. Oh, that is good.
Another popular dish in Hong Kong is beef brisket noodles, and we've heard this shop does a really great version. Thank you. We've ordered up a bowl of beef brisket noodle soup, and look at this thing. So that's a beautiful soup, a whole pile of rice noodles, and then these huge chunks of beef brisket. You can see that there's really nice layers of meat and then fat. I'm just gonna go for the mother load, the beef brisket. Oh man. It just melts in your mouth. That fat and that tendon is so gelatinous and really silky, and then that meat is so tender. And it's such a simple flavor. You can just really taste the flavor of the meat. It is incredible. Let's try these noodles. So heaps of rice noodles, flat rice noodles, quite thin, and the soup. I'm just getting it all over myself. Oh, the noodles are really, really slippery. It's really clean tasting. And that soup has a beautiful flavour with beef as well as radish. It's just really, really flavoursome. I'm going to have a mouthful with all the components in it. So the soup, the noodles, and then the beef brisket. That meat is insane. It's been braised for so long and it is so tender, so full of flavour. It just, honestly, it melts in your mouth. And then the rice noodles just go perfectly with it. They just slip down your throat and really simple. And then that clear broth. It's got so much flavour. It's got a real earthiness to its base. And it's just the perfect accompaniment to the beef.
Another incredible day of eating here in Hong Kong. There is so much good food here. Remember to check out the rest of the videos we've made while we've been here in Hong Kong. And don't forget to hit like on this one and drop a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the video.
Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We have got so many more food videos to come. And if you want to support more Chasing a Plate content, check out our Patreon page. Bye bye. Hats again.
Bye bye.